Love it, love it, love it. Hello and welcome to another episode of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. That is me. And it is episode 16 today. I can't believe it. It's incredible. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And please let me know in comments where you are watching from. And I always love to read all the comments and reply. So for those of you who don't know me, I am a GP in the UK, which is a family physician, and I am absolutely passionate about whole person centered care. And I've been a doctor for 24 years now, and I'm also a spiritual and transformation coach. And everything I do, I guess, what really underpins everything, and it's my passion actually, is showing other people and sharing how to bring your whole self-health needs back into balance, because when they are in balance, that's when you can do anything. You become abundant in potential, and it's a magical process. It really truly is, time after time. And that's what I do through my coaching program, which I call Find Your Fizz and Flourish, because through the 12 weeks, that's exactly what happens. And I think my brand story is something that really captures the essence of working with me and moving through this whole process. And my guest today is incredible. He was the one who actually created this brand story. And I think I'm just going to ask my wonderful producer to play it so you have a feel of what I mean by when I see the light come back into somebody's eyes. That's the glitter. When I feel the fizz, the energy, when somebody is realigning to their true self, that's the energy I talk about. And that's what I call fizz tingle. And the light that starts radiating, that's the fizz essence. So, Mr. Producer, please could you play the brand story?
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Nupi Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life-changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Nupi Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So without further ado, I would like to welcome on my gangster pickle bro, Mr. Devin James Stinson.
How he goes.
Can you hear the bells?
I can hear the bells. I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
the
them?
shells. The
Can you hear
shells,
them?
right?
Oh my goodness me. Hi. Welcome.
Woo! What's up,
Thank
Nadia?
you for joining me. There's a lot of people here in the comments going, oh my God, bring Devin on. Devin, Devin, Devin. Thank you. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank Thank you for having me.
No problemo. Oh, I love that. Did you like my alternative?
Your interpretive dance.
You should see.
Where,
Did you see Diana and I do it together? Hi, Diana. I know you're
yeah.
watching. So funny. She does
I
it,
think,
and then I'm like, Nancy's going crazy in the comments. And I'm like, I do the lip syncing, and she does all the movements. But I love it. It's just what better way though. What you managed to do was capture the essence of the not the F list, the ding 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 ding, the whole F bomb thing. It was more about the feeling and the process of what somebody feels, and it truly is that you managed to capture with the music, with your words, with the pictures. Love it. It's amazing.
yeah. I mean, it's a really simple trick. I did it on Bruce's because Bruce was the first one
Yeah,
that I did.
yeah.
So you just go from minor chords. Minors are the sad chords.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of like, because in the beginning it's like dun, 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 and you got kind of like this stormy
Yes,
vibe. So we had some
yes.
storm sound effect, and then the
Mm-hmm.
minute that it lifts, you also add in these major chords, and you shift up
Yes,
there because majors then are like the happy chords.
yes. I loved it. I loved that it sounds like a harp almost at some points, and it's just, oh, it's magical. It truly is magical. And do you know what? I have probably watched that so many times, it's ridiculous. Every single time when the music starts, I'm like, oh, oh.
You mean that moment where it goes, and then the storm lifts.
Yes, and you're no
You're no
longer
longer
adrift.
adrift.
Yes.
Breathe, focus. You've got this. Ahead, you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside, it feels like you might glow.
Oh, thank you. It was gorgeous. It really is. And I know the whole project because we kind of connected um not long after you changed or moved jobs, is that right? Something around about
Yep.
that same time. And I know you had done Bruce, the guy with the blue shirt, his jingle and video thingy bob for process cleanup. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember Bruce saying to me, tell me what you think, tell me what you feel when you're watching this. And I was totally honest. I was like, oh, it makes me feel quite angsty at the beginning, but then it's like, yeah, okay, I can do this kind of thing. And as I was watching it, that's what made me think, oh, maybe you can do something with my F list and translate almost the points and the balance people achieve and really speak to people's hearts with it, because that's what this is about, because I guess I'm very heart centered and practice in that way or consult in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I received when we started even talking about it. But a lot of it is you've put so much time, effort, and a part of you as well in it. So I think that's what makes it really special as well, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, a friend of mine had passed right at that time. And so I
Mm,
remember when I was composing it, I felt like a piece of him kind of went
yeah,
into me. And
yeah.
then it went into that. So rest in peace, my buddy Nate. He's
Mm,
always gonna be on that track.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna have his essence there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was also when you were transitioning, wasn't it? So, I was kind of not fisting bits and pieces. So you actually got to experience it for yourself.
Yeah, because you were right along the way. You were coaching me on the Fs, and you know, it was tough. Like it's gotten better now, but it took 90 days to actually
Mm,
get to that point where it's
mm,
like, all right, you're starting to get the flow. You're starting to,
mm,
but it was a transition from left in the accounting world to right, and then going from outcome based to process based, and that whole thing had me
mm.
messed up for a while, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I could do this, but then
Of
stuck
course
it
you
out,
can.
kept going, yeah, you were right there along the way, and just kind of coaching me along. And yeah, it's been the best decision I made in a while.
I remember when you told me, because I didn't know that side, obviously, that your background was accounting. And when
Mm,
you told me, because it was all creative and it was the music that you've done, the swing hop and the video that I saw and Pickle Bro, all these things that I obviously knew. And I was like, what, seriously, accounting? That just doesn't marry up in my head at all.
Everybody did. Like, once I made the move to marketing, they're like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But I guess
that's
sometimes,
better. That's
yeah,
better.
yeah. But I think sometimes you have to, not you, oneself, you almost have to kind of get to that point where, okay, I thought this was the thing for me, and actually something's missing, something's not right. What are my core values? What is it that lights me up? What are my passions? And am I fulfilling that? And when
Yeah.
you're really truly true to yourself, that's when you can then start crafting the life you really want. And that's the whole point.
Yeah.
So well done, because that it was right at the beginning as well. And it's not easy at all, but you're smashing it. You're smashing it completely.
Man, we just had a great event, a driver appreciation day.
Mm-hmm.
We had we fed 411 people. We had, I think it was like 330-ish registered CDL driving truck drivers at the event. We had around 200 or so that hadn't even heard about the event that came
Mm,
out. We had prizes, we had food, we had some live music, and I owe that. Well, it was a team effort. Like, it was me,
yeah,
it was my boss, and we were just kind of two newbies doing our
yeah.
thing, and then just kind of taking that new thing by the reins and just woo,
Smashing it, basically.
yeah, just going like, "Whoa, dude, this is a rough ride, but here we go, here we go."
I'm more gangster than you are, for heaven's sake. Come on.
What? Because of the smash? You want me to
Yeah,
smash you?
yeah, yeah. Kaboom. Come on. And
Ah!
when did when did Pickle Bro start? And in
Oh,
fact,
you said
I'll ask Russ to play one because it's so I love these. They're so cute. But tell us, when did Pickle Bro come about?
so. Pickle Bro comes about when I was doing 1 day a week in marketing. So
Ah, okay.
back when I told my then boss in
Mm-hmm.
accounting, I was like, man, numbers, they're not doing it anymore. And we had the idea, well, maybe you could shadow the
Mm-hmm.
marketing person. All right,
Mm.
cool. So then we kind of came up with this idea that I could do 1 day a week. And in those 1 day a weeks, like, I didn't know it was going to turn into a full-time gig at that point. And
Yeah.
so she's like, we got this thing at Moe's Deli, and it's a all it is a handwritten sign right now. So we need
Mm.
something to jazz it up. And so I drew the original Pickle Bro,
Yeah.
which was like a full dill pickle bro, and he was based on Zac Efron's character in the new Baywatch, just going like
Yeah.
this, like, I'm a big deal.
Yeah.
And then I started just taking that, and I was like, you know what, dude? I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to do this again. So let's
Yeah.
just keep doing pickle jokes. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
do it. And so then Pickle Bro evolved from the OG pickle, and then it
Yes.
turned to the pickle chip bro that we all know now. And then
Okay.
I started doing this Tone Loc style voice where I was like, I'll tell you what the deal is. So then,
Say the thing that you say, which is the pickle friend bit.
oh, the other day, a fellow pickle friend of mine and I were talking. And he was like,
Okay, I think at this stage, Mr. Producer, please could we have a Pickle Bro episode so everybody can actually see what
Hey,
we're talking
Pickle
about?
Bro. What's the deal?
I'll tell you what the deal is. The other day, A fellow pickle friend of mine and I were talking, and we were talking about one of our friends who's a pepper, Pete the pepper. And I asked my pickle friend, I said, hey man, what makes Pete so nosy? And he
Oh,
said, you know what it is? He gets jalapeno business.
oh, that gets me every single time. Seriously. Oh, it's really good. It is very good. Well done. Absolutely. And I was reading some of the comments, and yes, this is what we've been saying actually, you know, just even earlier today about stepping into your power and really owning that side, because that's what you're doing essentially right now. And I think Nadia has just been putting in the comments, yeah, too right. You are stepping into your power and really going there with the creative side, which is you
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
amazing. So with so the brand story, tell me more about that. Well, what's the plan with your brand stories?
So first it was Bruce,
Mm-hmm.
and this is like, this is a mashing of the voiceover work that I did, and I got the voiceover training, and then I got the music because I
Mm,
went to the Los Angeles Recording School to study music recording and
yeah.
learn the craft that way. And then it's the advertising and the marketing sense. So it's like combining all of those together to just tell the story of a brand. And more than just a jingle, it's
Mm,
like, let's compel people with music, with all of their
yes.
senses to then, like, it gets stuck in their head or they
Yeah.
feel it, like, because back in the day with school, if you're trying to learn something, you could learn it better in rhyme or with a song and it would stick
Yes. Yes,
versus,
exactly. Yes.
just somebody going, well, hey, what about this? Yeah, but I'm going to talk to you about the trapezoid and all of that good stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. I do that with my kids actually. I just do it to a song or a dance, and it's like 10 times with Bizette. Oh, never mind, I'm digressing. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Sorry,
Yeah.
continue. Please continue forthwith.
So first it was Bruce, then it was you, and now
Yes.
I'm to Raquel.
Yeah.
Uh, we're working on something
Who,
for
sorry?
Rock the Boat.
Sorry,
Raquel.
who? Thank you. Yes.
Raquel. I think her last name is
Boras.
Boras.
Yes.
Boras. And so
Hi, Raquel.
if she's in the house, what's up? What's up? What's
I
up?
did send lots of tags out, so I'm sure she'll watch replay.
Um, but yeah, so I got the words right. Been working on the music. So the music this time is more of like it's kind of like me being able to be a band because I got the
Yeah.
live drums. I remember when I was hammering out the live drums, I was like, boom, boom, boom. Because it's got like this build up and it's got like this Billy Joel build up action. And then it's like, it goes like, ga, cool. And then it goes,
Yeah.
cut, 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 boom, boom, boom. Pow.
Yes. I love that
And I
bit
was like,
actually. I
oh,
love that bit.
yeah.
Yeah. It's really
So
good.
that one's next.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if I don't know if she'll need the visuals. She may not, but that's kind of like the idea of the brand story.
Yeah.
You want to get something that's compelling,
Yeah.
that people will remember, because I'm trying to design stuff that is more than just a jingle, like more than just
Mm,
something that like, is kind of just I'm trying to develop something that's going to stick in their head. It's going to get them
absolutely.
right here.
Yes.
Right
Exactly
here.
that. Exactly. And that is the difference here, because it's more than, like you say, it's more than a jingle. It is, you are capturing somebody's ethos or somebody's essence, actually. And I know, depending on, obviously, with, I guess, for different businesses, it's going to be different. Certainly, for Bruce's, it was methodical, it was perfect. The music was perfect. It showed you what to do and how you would feel with his process cleanup. And with mine, it was more, You felt it. You felt that flow. You felt that darkness, the storm, and then how you feel when somebody is holding space and you are allowed to take time out and go there. And actually, what was really interesting, and I don't think many people know this actually, is that the boatman story, which is what I told you about, I didn't really give you the visuals or the details. I kind of just said, oh yeah, it came through in a meditation or visualization. And I had sketched it and I haven't shown you. And then when I was explaining this to you, I remember saying to you, do you remember? I was going, excuse me, Mr. Creative Man. I don't really want to be a boy in this. Can you make me a girl, please?
Yeah, you were like, I want the what was it?
Glitter.
The Grecian robes, and I want this color, and I want to do that. And
You
boom,
make me
boom,
sound like a right
boom.
diva. I did not say that. I so did not say that. What I did say was, I'm thinking rather than, no, because you said, yeah, sure, you can be a girl in it. I'll do it as you. Maybe just with some like brown stuff, like brown clothing or something. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, go
no,
ahead.
no, I don't want to do that. Thank you. It's my only chance to be in my own little thing. Please make it pretty.
True. Yeah. And then
And then the
yeah,
colours.
the
And then
suggestions.
the weird eye, which looked a bit
Oh yeah.
scary.
See, we
So
we
it
went through
takes
a
time.
couple of drafts. We went
Yeah,
through a
we
couple of
did.
drafts.
Yes. But we
Yeah,
got it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is the key, because I think that's what you bring that's different actually, because I remember other people telling me, oh, so and so does this, or so and so does this. But actually, you take the time to understand the other person, and
Mm.
well, you connect as well. It's the same thing. This is your zone of genius, and you tune in. Like I tune into people's, I guess, health needs and can see it in their eyes or feel it, what's wrong and how to sort of bring things back to balance with them. I see this very similar. It's what did I say earlier? Yes, it's supersonic flow is what it is.
Mm.
That's what this is. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, which brings me on to your flow therapy, actually, because I think that is incredible. Tell us more about flow therapy.
Well, let's see. Flow
We've
therapy
got bags
came.
of time still.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna keep this story short.
It's okay. I'll be the clock watcher person. Go for
Okay.
it.
So I was making this stuff called swing hop,
Hmm.
which is like a fusion of big band and hip hop. And I with my music team were doing like these pinup model showcases. I would just go out on Facebook and I would ask these different pinup models, "Hey man, can I use your pictures because I need a visual element to this thing?" And so we went through like 6 different installments, going from pinup appreciation, the original, to number 2, which was Rockabilly Silly, to number 3, which is Flapper Music, to number 4, which was Gatsby Be Good. Then we had Calendar Girls, and then we had Girls Like That. And so then it got to the point where it wasn't fun anymore.
Mm.
Like it was just because before I was writing the songs, I was doing this, I was doing that, I was having some fun. It was expressive. Like it was a huge cross promotional thing. And then my my music team, they wanted more out of it. They wanted this, they wanted that. Our creative alignment was no longer there. And
Mm.
so I had just gotten off 2016. I had met up with a troupe from a friend who had lived back in LA, who was a roommate of my ex-girlfriend's at that point. And she hits me up one day, and she goes, "Oh yeah, man, get your pinup music, get the swing hop in our shows." So they had come through Portland 3 different times. The last show that I did with them, like literally the next day, I was like, "Yo, dude, this isn't right. This is not flowing." So then,
Mm.
like, literally got off Facebook, went under a rock, and then 2017 comes, and I start this stuff called flow therapy, where it's literally just spoken word. It's me. It's no music. I don't have to do anything with anybody else. all I got to do is just get it out there.
Mm.
And so then started working on that, then started making these twisted epiphanies for this show, the Fuse audio show. And it was with these guys, Mark Rose, Jeff Pollard. And it started out as Mark had this idea to take the lyrics, to take the lyrics themselves, and then you start layering in sound design, sound effects, to where it's an immersive type of thing. Talking about stuff like In the Locks, which is taken from let's see here, this book called The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. It's talking about locking yourself inside after you've put your walls up. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
then you're needing to, you've got to do, you're locking yourself in essentially. And so then the end of the piece is where you tear those walls down, and then you're free. Then all you're sitting there is you're open. Basically, you got no more walls. You're just open.
Yeah. Which is very, very similar to the process of, I guess, the F list in terms of truly knowing yourself, know thyself. And it's when you understand, I guess, what your triggers are and how to navigate that where things don't define you. I remember looking at some of your work, which was the fear. And also, what was the other one that really stuck out? It was fear and layer cake. I thought that was incredible. And that type of stuff. And I remember thinking about fear. I'm thinking, holy shit, yes, that is exactly it. That when I'm describing or helping somebody through this, is that the shadow side of you, or the negative side of you, or the critter chatter, which we go, fuck off. It doesn't have to define you. It's a part of you, and it's understanding how to keep it here as opposed to where it stops you completely.
Yeah.
And that takes time. It takes a lot of time, actually. It takes patience and commitment and consistency. But that really did resonate with me when I was looking at when I was reading your work, listening to your work. It's so similar, and that's why I call it's supersonic flow. It's brilliant.
Right. It's just taking aspects of that F list. If you're gonna do the first one, you're gonna F it off. Or it has a lot more to do with flow, though.
Yeah, it does.
That's the big one, where you're trying to get into your flow.
Yes.
Find
and it's not easy.
Expression.
Absolutely. We were saying that earlier today because, I'm not going to say things to people if I'm not doing it myself, to be fair. But of late, because I think there's been so much going on, which is super exciting. It's everything I wanted to do. Share the message with the F list and my coaching program, etc. And then the new show I'm doing with Diana Londonio, my supernova soul sister. But all of a sudden, it's just gone very quick. Like in the space of a week, we've got a new show. And I'm literally butterflying around time zones, Pacific Daylight Time. I've morphed into that, and I'm not getting enough rest. And I think it was a few days ago, wasn't it? And I was just like chilled to the bone, cold and exhausted feeling. And I it was yourself, it was Diana, it was my husband, it was Russ saying, and Bruce going, okay, you need to look after yourself. You must put your needs on. I'm like going, oh yeah, that's kind of my F list. I'm like,
right.
It's sometimes, I think, when it's you kind of forget, or that's the whole thing though, really. It's about flicking it back in again and going, okay, this isn't serving me. What can I do about it? And when you look at yourself truthfully and honestly, I think that's where that starts to shift. But it's flow. It's all about that whole flow. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
And Russ is saying self-care can be hard. I mean, but it is one of those things that you have to do. I remember when I was talking to you and I was like, this is a marathon. It's not a race. You can't keep sprinting those 100-meter dashes over and over and over again. when you know that in order for this thing to have longevity,
Yeah.
you gotta be
Yeah.
able to pace yourself and go,
Yeah.
man, maybe my body's not happy with me right now.
Yeah, very
And
much
then you're
so.
like, time to go to bed, man. I
Yeah.
gotta shut it down for a minute.
I know. And I'm so stubborn. That's the problem. So I can do this for other people. And then it's taking my own advice as well, really. Oh, we could talk about this for ages. But before we wrap up, because it is, I'm keeping an eye on the time. Don't worry, don't worry, Ross. You gave me an idea. I've got an idea for the F list. Talk to you later, for sure. I've got a brilliant idea, in fact, and I can't. Right. Thank you. Would you come on again, please? Because there's so much more we can talk about.
I think that we could go like 14 episodes here.
Supersonic flow. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Why
Yeah.
not? Absolutely. Oh, thank you so much for coming on today. And don't go anywhere, because I'll come and join you in the green room, and I'll just wrap up.
All right. Thank you again.
See you soon. That was amazing. Oh, I love it's just, I'm so grateful for all the amazing connections I've made actually since coming onto LinkedIn. And it's just each person I guess I'm meeting is teaching me something else. And it's what I like to say: learn, grow, evolve, and pass it on. So please don't forget, you can find me here every Monday on LinkedIn at 8 p.m. BST, which is 12 noon Pacific Daylight Time. And also my new show, with which I'm co-hosting with Diana Londoño, Supernova Sisters, Positions in Motion, which is every other Tuesday. We have an episode coming tomorrow with the amazing Dr. Tamara Beckford, and it was actually one of her shows that Diana and I first met. So it's a very special show for us tomorrow. And with me, you can find me here on LinkedIn, Dr. Nupi Aurora, the Glitter Practitioner, because there is only one of me. And also you'll find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I think that's it. And Spotify. Yes, all these episodes get streamed onto Spotify as well. So if you ever can't make it, it's fine. You can watch the replay, and then my whole program now is all about sharing. My whole mission is about sharing the F list. And I suppose I can tell you, I've got an ebook coming out in 2-ish weeks-ish. So watch this space. It's going to be available to as many people as possible, basically. And my coaching program, I am working with female physicians, specifically physicians, high flying professionals who maybe you've lost who you are, can't remember who you are, what lights you up. That is what I'm talking about. I can help you find your fizz and completely flourish. So look out for my adverts, book a call with me, basically, and let's glitterfy you. Thank you for joining me, and I will look forward to welcoming you next week for episode 17. Bye.